Well, hello and welcome, our Radiated family. It has been a while since we connected with you. And tonight we're going to start off the show with a brand new, um, really inspirational um, program. And because today is a very auspicious day, it's 11/11, and also it's Veteran Day. So we want to say thank you to all of the veterans out there that have defended this country and keeping us, every single one of us, giving us that freedom to be living in America, to have freedom of um, our right, really, speech, the right to bear arms, all these amazing freedom that we love about America. So thank you, thank you, thank you to all of the veterans. And I am so excited. I don't know if you guys are, but I got some beautiful ladies here with me. I have Jane, Sabi, Jennifer, Lise, and Linnea. Linnea, forgive me for not remembering your last name. But these beautiful ladies will be joining me to really um, help uplift um, your day. I'm sure, there's a lot going on. And hopefully, this program will help you wind down and have some fun with us. So, tonight we're just going to do girl chat and just enjoy. And we hope to bring this program to really bring more uplifting programs to uplift our spirit, uplift our life, to see that there is more to life than um, what's going on around the world. We can turn what is negative into positive by really looking in different perspective. So, without further ado, let me welcome my ladies. Hi, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
Um,
you. Just muted myself in the right time, in the nick of time. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me and us.
We are here to uplift, and I'm so grateful to be with you, ladies. It's so much joy to be in your presence. And so we hope that we can bring some positivity to our viewers. So if our viewers that are watching and is looking to be a demo, go ahead and make a comment. What are the things that you would like these beautiful ladies to assist you with? And they can see if they can pick the demo and then help address the issues that you are commenting. So please do participate in commenting what you want these beautiful ladies to help you with. So in the meantime, how do you guys celebrate Veterans Day? Any of you guys?
I think you will ask your American sisters because here in Norway, where I live, there are not really much awareness about them or around the Veterans Day. But I remember my grandmother had, and she always visited, the unknown soldier and her husband, that kind of thing. Visited his grave
Mm-hmm.
also.
Mm-hmm.
So, but nowadays, sadly,
Can't go, right?
hmm.
Mm, yeah. How about you guys, Jennifer and Linnea? Anything special?
We do a lot of parades, like in the different areas up here. There's parades, and my grandfather was in the military, so they go to the cemeteries and things like that here. And I know they do a lot of different. Our area is pretty big, the different restaurants and things. They do, they have free veterans meals. Like we were out to dinner tonight, and they had after 4 o'clock at the buffet. They had this amazing, like it was so cool to see everybody lined up and all the veterans in their their military gear. It was really cool. So they get free meals after 4 o'clock, and it's really big here. They really do a lot of, different towns, like I said, do parades. They put wreaths on the cemetery for the soldiers. It's really, really cool. They make a really big deal. Even the gas stations here will give like free meals and a drink if you show your military ID. So they do a lot to really do that here to celebrate.
Great. That's great. Linnea, anything special?
We would go to the different parades, and they'd put flags on the graves and along the road in the parade route. And we actually go and visit our family's graves as well. And this time of year, it's the cleaning up of the flowers and things that you've had all season long. And our family would get together and have a meal together. And now our family's very dispersed, so we're not doing that this year. But yeah, I think it's really important to honor those that give their lives and their families that give up so much for the freedom that so many of us really may not even recognize the privileges that we have because we so take them for granted, and we're so focused on the everyday busyness that we may not really take it to heart and be very consciously aware. So for the moments that I and my family have been asleep, I give you in this moment all of my gratitude and appreciation to all of the veterans and our family that has also been veterans, and all of your families that support you and give up their time and so much more. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's so true, Linnea. I've really, with what has been going on now, allows me to have such greater appreciation of the veterans and their family that are, sacrificing away from their loved ones, and they're going out there fighting for our freedom. And little do we realize how precious that freedom is. And I didn't realize how critical the United States Constitution is, and it's like now the Bill of Rights, the Second Amendment, all of this is becoming a reality. And it's like, whoa, our forefather, wrote this, they foresee this, and they knew exactly what would happen if we don't understand our freedom, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the brilliantness of the forefather who sat together and brainstormed and put it on the paper that is now the supreme law of the land. And little do we realize how important that is when we look at the world, right, around us, and what's happening around the world. It's so wonderful to have that. And so we want to say thank you to the family of the veterans who also sacrificed, right, for having loved one, especially the children. So heart touching to see, the stories that they played, especially during the holidays when their father or their mom come home and surprise the kids. It's just so much joy, I love seeing that kind of show, to see that uplifting moments. So hopefully we'll be able to bring a little bit of joy into our viewers' home, and share some fun moments that we do in celebrations. What do we do when we don't have our loved one or miss our loved one, what do you guys do? Like in times of struggles, do you have like a favorite things that you do?
I'd like to speak to this. Thank you so much for bringing that up. My eldest son and his wife, they were engaged at the time, but they went to China for a year or so to teach English. And when they were away, I could really feel it in my heart. And I remember just being sad because I'm missing them. And I realized that I am so blessed to have people I love so much that I can feel it when they're far away. And so I focused on the gratitude of having someone I love so much that it was uncomfortable to be far away and knowing I wouldn't see them for an extended period of time or be able to, get together and hug them. And so I would actually tell myself, I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so lucky. I am the most fortunate to have these wonderful, intelligent beings in my life, and that I am loved and I love them so much, because I can feel there are people in this world that aren't connected in that same way. They may not have that joy or that incredible love that when you see them or hear their voice or get to hug them, it's like bliss. And I wish that for everyone. So that's how I have done that. And when my children were growing up, and he would be gone for extended times for work, and we would focus on making sure that we had everything in order. So when he came home, we'd have time to play. It was just time to play. So that's how our family has done this. And I look forward to hearing more from our wonderful gathering here. So thank you.
I think it's wonderful that you celebrate and parade them and raise awareness about them and all the sacrifice they do and their families, especially when they have children. And even though I live in Scandinavia, we do follow through what is happening around the world. So I think, retrospective, the reason why we have not much emphasis on this matter on the Veterans Day, except from when we have our National Celebration Day and Constitutional Day, which is in May. I think we do have a fairly good support system here in Norway, where I live, but maybe it's not the same in the United States of America, because I know I may sound like a party pooper, but I know the system doesn't really support those who survive and come home or are, lonely without a family or have traumas because of what they have endured. And this is also something one should consider more and more. So I hope I'm not ruining the party here, girls, but I think this is also very important to raise more awareness of, and people know this in the United States, of course. So please forgive me. I know you are fully aware of it, but this is also higher up, right, in the society, into the official affairs, that more should be done. Yeah, everyone is nodding. Yeah.
Yes, of course. I think they're veterans that, they go back and they give because of the experiences. But I agree with you, Jane. Yeah, for sure. Jen, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I know for us, my grandparents when my grandfather was in the military, I didn't get to have that whole big experience, with him because he's retired by the time that I came around. But, one of the biggest things that they always did was like huge family, gatherings. So like Christmas, if we all lived kind of far apart from each other. So
Mhm.
they would make everything huge. We would do like a huge Thanksgiving and Christmas, and all the family would come from miles around to celebrate each other. So we kept in touch like through phone and email, and it's like as you get older, you kind of branch off and you have your own family. It's like my daughter moved, but thank goodness she's next door. And, my mom lives in another state, but she's really not too far away. And we don't get to see each other as much. But, and our family kind of, when everybody kind of branched out after my grandparents passed, there wasn't like a big, connection. But my mom, we just had this huge thing with my mom, and my whole family came back. So, they've everybody started to come back and realize the significance of family, and how our it's just getting smaller and smaller, our family, and the distance. So it's just like really important to remember, especially when everybody's operating from their heart space, just remember family and just being together. We get together and we'll do like little memory games, like do you remember Thanksgiving? And this is, my grandfather got mad when we used to make stovetop stuffing because it had to be normal, stovetop, and he was pretty set in his ways. But we just did a lot of stuff, cherishing the time that you have with each other when you're together, looking through old family photos,
Mm.
it's kind of like a Hallmark commercial, the Christmas Hallmark ones, and it feels really good. So, just being apart from each other, we find tiny ways to stay connected: the phone, text, email, and just making the time we have together really, really special. So we do lots of really cool things around the holidays.
That's so cool. You're talking about those photos album, you flip through. It's like they don't print those anymore. It's hard to find a printer that print pictures now. It's like everything's digital. It's not the same.
I agree. And it's so boring with it digital. You
Yeah.
can't really sit there, snuggle up in a couch with your family and friends or kids and, flip through and go back and forth the same way. Maybe I'm old fashioned, but I prefer the old fashioned thing. Um, we
Yep.
have a lot of lovely comments here from a couple of lovely ladies. And thank you. Hello.
Yes. So our viewers that just join us, if you want the beautiful ladies to assist you with situations or do a reading, go ahead and make a comment what you would like, and they will pick and assist and read if you want. I know that NN is asking for a relationship. So anyone else want any things that these beautiful ladies can help with, they have ability to have third eye readings. They could do a flow. They could offer healings if you're having pain. So they are multi-talented and
Hooray.
have such beautiful souls. So our show really just want to bring forth the beauty of these amazing lady and their gifts and talents, and what they can offer to really society. Because let's have fun. We're moving into the new era, which is the soul light era or the golden era, however you want to term it. And things are changing, and people may not understand why all this is changing, but it's really helping us, like Jennifer was mentioning. This time with one another is very precious. It's very um divided at this moment, and we need more of this community. And family is not just our intermediate family. Strangers can be our family. Like my beautiful lady here. This is my soul family. And, you know, when I was having challenges, I have strangers that would come to me and offer help. I have, I call this one gentleman my brother, because he literally, during my most difficult, challenging time, he was going through a challenging time as well. His mom just passed away the day before, and he called me up and he says, "Let me drive you to this locations that I needed to go. And I just broke down and cried. A stranger out of nowhere, where you just met for less than a week, he was willing to drop, the grieving of his mom who just passed away to help me during my most challenging time. This is what the community needs. This is what we need. Strangers, but our heart is in the right place. Every one of us, there comes a time when we know when another person is crying and they reach out to you. I have another stranger during my challenging time who would go and do a blessing when everybody else ran away and feared. So, I just got emotional because it's so beautiful to see a stranger coming to you and help you when you're most needed. That is family, right? That is the community that we want to form. When we are at our weakest, when we are at our lowest, who is there? Who is there to be with us? That is our lifelong, truest friend, family, loved one. And what I see nowadays, it's more of a superficial, So hopefully we can bring back this community, this sense of, I genuinely care about you. I genuinely want the best for you. There's no competition. Mother Earth provides abundance for everyone. Just look at an apple tree stemming from one seed of an apple, and it produces multiple fruits. And if we look at anything in life, there's an abundance in everything, but we were taught that there is scarcity. So we have to help change that mindset. Humanity have the ability to envision the world of love, of peace, of harmony, of abundance, of joy. All of that is possible. The only limitation is ourselves and what we believe other told us to be. So I am so grateful that we have this soul family. I know that I am so blessed to have these beautiful ladies and more behind the scene team that is going to be coming and joining. But, it's amazing how I didn't realize that through this journey, I would meet so many beautiful souls to help me when I am in my weakest point, in my lowest point. So I thank you all, my beautiful ladies, and all of my soul family that is watching and is behind the scene. But yeah, I'm so grateful, and hopefully this will inspire people to know, life is unpredictable, but the people that we meet, they came into our life for a reason. And the best thing that we can do is that smile, that genuine generosity of who we are, because we never know what kind of impact we will have in that person at that moment in time, right? People will see me only the positive side. They never see the downside of me. But how do they know what I'm going through? We will never know, right? Because not everybody's going to share. But I am very grateful, and I hope that our show can inspire more act of kindness, more compassion, more love, so that the children around the world can feel the love from the adult, strangers, just a beautiful smile. Sometimes all they need, you know. So we can do that. We have created the world where we want it, right? Instead of secluded, staying isolated, let's create a world of more joy, of more love, of more community. Like, I know I'm speaking so much, so I'm going to let the ladies go ahead and share their thoughts.
May I share something?
Yes, do.
Well, no, it went away, so someone else take over. No, I'm joking. Actually, I generally think there are seeds of good in the majority of humanity. It just needs more pampering and, intentionally care also of each individual. So I think we're heading towards a better time, no matter what. And I know you would or want to head like me as a Akashic reader. And it's not easy to do it as a demo. I just need to explain this because it's very personal. And I do get into a very deep state of mind and trance. So it's not easy to convey it for demo. But what I did get right before I went to bed yesterday, so for you guys, it's still Thursday. For me, it's Friday morning, and it's 5:30 a.m. my time. So right before I went to bed, so I was ready for this show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. I don't feel quite awake, but I did get a message about the same topic you addressed right now, about being there for the sisterhood and brotherhood of mankind. And would you turn your back to someone who really needs your help, even if it is to give them food, shelter, water, whatever it is, or open up your home, your backyard? I kind of saw as if Mother Earth was spinning. And this is nothing new. A lot of people have predicted this already, so I'm nothing special there. But for the months ahead, up till next year, you will be tested in your compassion and humanity, community spirit, and to open up your heart and to help where you can. And there are many ways. Maybe in United States there will be more, for example, homeless, or there will be some disasters. And this will also happen where I live. And sorry, I start to get this morning gruff, but I think we all will need to open up our hearts more, even for a long lost family member. There are many signs that will pop up. So just be aware of it. And don't be afraid to lose property or belongings. Give away where you can. I think the message is pretty much the same there. It's very hard for me to really explain everything that I see and feel and almost hear. But trust me, just remember these words. Maybe you will be the one who needs someone to aid you, to lend you a hand. try to walk another human being's shoes. Thank you.
Well,
That's beautiful.
and can I share? Because as you were speaking, and Jane and I, we kind of always we all as a group sync in. So it's like it's all of our messages. I mean, a lot of people aren't aware of this, that when we work with each other, and being such an in sync group, we get a lot of the same messages as confirmation with each other. And Kuan Yin does want to come in to give a message to everybody. So one moment. Dearest beloveds, now is the time to come together as a community, to band together, to show love to the brothers and the sisters, the ones that you deem or are deemed unfortunate. They're the ones, when you're walking down the street, that sometimes you avert your gaze, but they're there. These people are human and loved by the Creator as much as you. We need to reach out and help each other. More love, more compassion, and more awakening is needed for humanity. We will get through this, but we will get through this together. The changes on the earth, the oceans, the birthing pains to a new, purer version of the earth. If you see someone down on their luck, and it is within your means to do so, please assist them. These people are not meant to be discarded. The homeless, the less fortunate, they are someone's children. They are someone's mother, father, sister, and brother. So when we turn to look at them, even the ones that have the addictions, don't look here, but look here. Learn to look through the eyes of your heart, and much will be bestowed upon you. You'll have clear understanding, and you'll operate from a pure, open heart. Love is always the answer for all of us. As we are speaking, there are ones that are asking about relationships, love relationships, family, friends. Indeed, everything on the earth is in relationship and joining into right relationship. A lot of people at this time, and there is no judgment, has many blockages to their relationships, whether it be through thoughts, speaking, or actions. And a lot of the people on the earth perceive things differently. It can be due to the cultural awareness, how one culture does not understand the other. It could be simple misunderstandings. Just be willing to step out of your box, take off the glasses, and look at people how they are. If you want to help heal the world and humanity, please start with yourself, but also reach out to others with love, with compassion, with complete understanding. One day it could be you, maybe not, but just understand they're people. Creator loves them as much as you do, as much as you are loved by Creator. Keep an open heart. Remember who you are. Help your brothers and sisters. Love each other. Be quick to fix misunderstandings. Do your forgiveness practice, or simply ask for forgiveness. Much light and much love and much flourishing will come to the earth when the people learn to forgive and to operate in love. Everything is love. It's pure. It's light. It's beautiful. The way to save everything is through love and compassion. You are all children of the light, of the Creator, and you are loved so much. We are here for you. Call on us, and we will assist you. This is beloved Kuan Yin. Thank you.
Wow, Jen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Guan Yin. That was beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. Linnea, did you want to say anything?
It was very beautiful. The third eye images that I was seeing as each of you were speaking was bringing an awareness to the consciousness of humanity. And it was as if children were turning to hear the words because they can feel the vibration of truth and of love in their hearts. And there was a lifting away of layers of heaviness from so many souls just by these messages, which flow through on the frequency and vibration of love and light. And the bringing together of community is so important, especially in these times where everyone needs a little boost of love, a little boost for healing. The images were very beautiful, and there was so much light. I thank you for the opportunity to share, and I'm very grateful for the treasures that I've received in order to allow this service through these images that I'm gifted to help. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I want to add a comment also, except from beautiful from all of you three. But I think on the comment section here for the audience, I think they also should be very grateful I cannot comment because I would have so much fun. Especially with one beautiful lady there. Yes, and thank you for the comments and also the compliments. So thank you. I think they can be grateful. It's only Judy who can comment.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Thank you to our viewers. So there are some comments. We're going to go ahead and pick some demos. Ladies, you want to see if you want to address the end relationship, I believe. Jung, if you can, I would appreciate help with relationship. Which of you ladies want to take that on?
I can give her a blessing. I feel really drawn to give her a blessing for whatever relationship she chooses. And then if you one of you guys want to,
Maybe you can, all of us could do it because
yeah,
remember I read
great.
her comment in a very
Mhm.
early, and I thought blessing would be actually the
Yeah,
most appropriate thing to do.
let's do it.
And you are blessed. 3 beautiful women doing the offer, and 3 is the magic number as well. So, all right, ladies, go at it.
Does it seem right for you, dear
Mhm.
lady?
Yes.
And I also ask
Brilliant.
the commenter here, the person who
And
comments.
are you okay? If you are, go ahead and type in yes, that you're okay with the blessing.
And can you ask her if she wants it for a specific relationship or just like a relationship in general?
Family issue.
Okay.
What would you wow, 3 blessing. Yes, and do you specify what kind of relationship or um, Diane says heaven choose. How about
She said yes, specific, but I don't see what the issue.
yes, specific? Do you want to mention what it is, Anen?
Well, the soul knows, I suppose.
Mhm.
Maybe it's a bit private. Yeah, it's
Okay, so
private.
why don't you connect to her soul and yeah, it's private. Okay, they got it.
All right. Well, I'm going to do a silent one if it's okay. Yeah.
Me as well.
As for our viewers who are not familiar with this offering, Linnea and Jane and Jennifer will be offering a silent blessing to an end for relationship. And all of us that are watching, we do receive a reflected pieces of the light that is coming as its blessing and so because we're in the field we're actually receiving it as well, but the focus is mainly for and but we do receive a small portion of that blessing. There's a lot of light, immense. These are very powerful ladies. They have very amazing gifts. They have the ability to see with their third eyes. And if you're watching this and not familiar with the healing, remote healing, or third eye reading, to anyone of Linnea or Jane or Jennifer, they do private service as well, reading, and we'll put the information on this link here as well. As we're moving forward into the future, more and more of these kind of healing will be mainstream because we are moving into the soul light era where we are more operating from the heart centered, which is there's a lot of books that are written and a lot of research that are talking about frequencies and vibrations. And, Nikolai Tesla said it best. If you truly want to understand, the universe is thinking in terms of frequency, vibrations, and energy. And so therefore, there's books that talks about the frequency 528 Mother Earth is vibrating at. Dr. David Hawkins, Power versus Force, talks about how being in the love, peace, harmony, these are high frequency vibration. And if we look around us, really love, when we think of love, loving someone, all of our problem, all of our pain just disappeared because we're vibrating at a higher frequency. But if we're in fear, we're in sadness, if we're in grief, our body feels really heavy. We just don't want to do anything. We're just so tired. That's because it's vibrating at a low frequency. So the blessing is really helping and really changing the messages and helping and in a higher frequency. So I think the ladies are done with the blessing. So let's hear from them. Thank you, ladies.
Do you want me to go? Are you okay? Okay, so I saw during this, I saw and the other person, but they were just represented to me as two beings of light, and the other person in this relationship was really far away, and then they started to come closer and closer and closer, and there was some around them. There was sadness and grief, um, and I'm hearing the words like misunderstanding. So that is being worked on the spiritual realm, being cleared out for them. And I just saw them, embracing, and both of their hearts were just glowing this beautiful pink, lovely color. So there's a lot of healing going on right now that I saw.
Congratulations, Enan, for this relationship blessing. It was very powerful. With this blessing, I was seeing that the hearts were opening and the words and thoughts were being transformed, and there was a turning towards one another and the opening of the heart, and the frequency of love was like rewoven between the two people, and this relationship, this communication, this I don't really know how to put it into words, but I see it as like, I guess I'd have to call it like a bubble or a membrane, and there's been some harm done to the membrane, so it was more deflated rather than like expanded and filled and vibrant. It was needing a lot more love. And I have to say that with this reweaving and the changing of thoughts and words and the opening of hearts to one another, the feeling was very soft. It wasn't it felt like a heart wound, like protecting and kind of curling over to protect one's heart. And I don't feel that after this trifecta of incredible blessing. And there's so much more vibrancy, and I don't see like the harm done to the membrane. I see it as like morning light, and it's continuing to expand. So congratulations, all my love and gratitude to you, and for stepping forward and making the request, because when we heal one, we heal all, and the frequency impacts everyone and everything. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I also picked up the I'm sorry, Linnea's and Jennifer's energies and how it was. I could see the rays of golden and peach and pink being given to the receiver. And then, so I kind of stepped a bit back, but what was conveyed to me was, for you, the receiver, clarity, knowing what to do, what to say. And I also saw your heart expanding, receiving. And I did see your heart becoming from peach, a beautiful peach color, to slight golden yellow and pink. And from the pink, I saw a sakura or a cherry blossom starting to flourish. And this is for me also a sign of a new spring, a new start, maybe over the coming months or weeks. It doesn't really matter. Time is, you can mold time, Tao time, if you like. But nevertheless, this is auspicious sign for me when I see a sakura in the heart. So for you, it is a new start, new awareness, also a bit of self-love, you have to work with yourself, of course, also. So thank you for this opportunity to serve, and also with the other two, and to actually just feel the power. So just kind of step back, and I like that too. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. She said it was very accurate and she's very touched. So thank you. Thank you. Do we have time for one more? Rory request a reading. I think Jung's going to pull it up right there for his journey.
Well, I know Rory, so maybe I should just step aside here. So he's insatiable, ladies. So you just go ahead.
Rory, may I ask for a little clarification? For Journey, are you planning a trip? Are you speaking about your life journey, your spiritual journey, your financial journey, your love journey, your healing journey? Could you give us just a little bit more information as to, because it's a very broad topic and very many forms of journey? Please, it would be very helpful. Thank you.
So while we're waiting for Rory to text back what kind of journey that Rory requesting. That was such an amazing blessing, and for our viewers who are not familiar with this kind of blessing, do give it a try. Reach out to Linnea or Jennifer or Jane. They can truly transform our lives with their ability, and sometimes spiritual. Thank you, Rory.
And will we be offering a blessing for him as well?
If you feel
Mhm.
that that's what he needs and you would like to, yes.
Like the three of us again? Because what I really am hearing is that, what would be best for him is clarity, confidence, faith, and trust. In the journey that he has ahead of him. Um, you know, it's always a little bit challenging to touch on someone's spiritual journey, because what we have to understand is there, are so many forks in the road. So if you're going to walk down this path and as a spiritual healer, and then, something happens and you branch off to be a life coach, so there's so many, none of us can really tell the future. We can tell you the now, just so we're aware of that, and that you understand that there's just so many twists and turns. And in order to get where you need to be, you'll have to, work on your confidence, the self doubt, um, you know, working with reflecting inside of yourself, because everyone has the gifts that they need to awaken to move on the spiritual journey. I just get that there's some blockages that are there for you to work on and to really look down deep inside. I recommend the forgiveness practice, but I do see you, once you are really going down deep into the forgiveness, deep into the self actualization, and realizing that you have everything that you need inside of you, and breaking through some of these blockages. I mean, I really do see you on the path as a healer, but then I also see you as becoming like a spiritual teacher. You know, I mean, the only example that I really have is like the spiritual teachers. You have the gurus, you have, like with Master Shah. Just really, I see you like in a classroom. And again, just be mindful of the fact that any path has a fork and it can change at any time. So, I really see you almost like the word that's coming up, it's kind of funny, like the TED Talks, being like this motivational spiritual teacher. You're out there among the people, you're helping the people to awaken humanity. That's what I'm really seeing for you now is like you're going to get on the spiritual path. You're going to, heal these things that you need to heal. I mean, of course, we've all of us have to do the work, but I do really see you like, the images are giving me is like the TED Talk where you have the little microphone on and you have a huge audience and you're really speaking to beginners and, some people that are a little bit more advanced, teaching them some spiritual techniques, teaching them how to work through the layers and layers of, um, you know, darkness that have come. My light bulb just blew out from the high frequency. Just like went whoop. Um, so mine's in the dark, which is funny because, we were speaking of that, is just coming out of the dark areas into the light, and just being that light for other people. So, that's really what I'm getting for you now is that's as far as I'm being allowed to see. But they said you're going to have great success, and you're really going to help humanity awaken. You have a very important spiritual journey. You just have to work on your courage, your trust, your faith, really believing in yourself, and just taking one step, then the next step, then the step after that. So, and when be mindful is when you're moving forward, not to compare yourself to anyone else's spiritual journey. It's baby steps and then the next baby step. And just remind yourself to keep looking forward and don't look back. Leave your past there, leave your problems in the past, and just keep trucking forward because you're going to get, pretty soon. Like I'm seeing maybe they say 1 to 4, and I don't know if that's 1 to 4 months, 1 to 4 weeks, 1 to 4 years, but that's really what they're showing me now is that you are where you need to be, but it's going to be a lot more fine-tuned. Your gifts are going to awaken, but you really have to spend time, they said, like outdoors, in deep meditation, forgiveness, especially they're saying with your ancestors as well, because there's a little bit of the ancestral karma that needs to be cleared. But you have these tremendous gifts, and if all the ladies are prepared to as well do a blessing for those things, I'm ready.
Linnea, do you want to say anything?
Thank you. The messages that were coming through when I read the message on the spiritual journey is to let go of expectations and to listen and follow with your heart. The image that came is some of the burdens are kind of weighing you down because there's a set thought pattern or a set expectation and it's limiting you. So in order to take these almost like blinders, like the what they would use for horses so they wouldn't startle, to take the blinders off, it's really the self-compassion, the self-love, but to use the heart, and allow the mind to support your heart. And that's what I was being shown. So yes, I'd be honored as appropriate to offer a blessing for opening the heart for this process to blossom for you, Rory. And congratulations. It's a big deal. So congratulations.
Beautiful. Wonderful. So, Jane, are you also offering the blessing or do you want me to?
Some of these things that Jennifer and also Linnea has told just now, it's something I also have offered to, go through a forgiveness practice, but all in divine timing, all when the recipient is ready. So I haven't really pushed Rory much, and he's a busy guy.
I know, Rory.
Yeah.
That's the message, Rory.
So it's not just me. So please lead it, and I will be in the background doing my stuff.
Perfect.
So, okay, so Jane and Linnea and Jennifer will be offering Rory the blessing, and I'll be the commentator of what's happening. Yes. And so, as they are getting ready, really, as we are watching, as the viewers, we also, because we're in this field, it's a quantum field, really, as they're offering Rory the blessing, we are also receiving it too. So, really, just kind of feel that and just connect with the field. All of us is in it. So, Master Sha always say, heal one, heal all, because we are all in the field. So quantum physics can explain that very beautifully. Dr. Rulin, she's the quantum physicist. So as they are blessing Rory, the energy is truly going to all of us to help us really get deeper connection to our higher self, of our true life purpose, of why we are here, and that each and every one of us really, there's a true soul that is within us that desire to walk on the path of becoming a better soul, and serving and connecting with source, with the creator. And, in the Buddhist teaching, it says the true Buddha nature within each and every one of us. Sometimes we make mistakes and we kind of get lost, forget who we truly are. But there's a light in each and every one of us. And it's that light that what our soul is trying to achieve, is to getting that light to get brighter and brighter. And each of our soul houses is almost like a stairway where our soul, each journey that it's moving, and the higher that we move up the stair, the more enlightenment, or the more that we can see and realize the truth. And that truth is that ultimately we become one with the creator. And that journey to become one with the creator is like peeling the layers of the onions. We get through one layers, we go through challenges and obstacles, then we get to the next level. Life is a little bit easier, we see things a lot more clear, and then we hit with more challenges. And as we clear through that, things start to progress. And the more that we progress, the more that we realize the love and the compassions, the kindness, the gratitude, all of these beautiful characteristics is what all humanity desire to be loved, understood, to have compassion, to have kindness to each other. So truly, our soul, if we can connect deeper to our soul, it really guides us to be one with the source. And it looks like the ladies are done offering the blessing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That's beautiful. Any last minute words for Rory before we sign off?
I'll go.
Okay.
That's okay. I mean, when we were doing our thing with Rory, the healing, what I did see, there was like a lot of like kind of cobwebs around the mind area. So I cleared those out, or we cleared those out. And there was some negative messages in the mind that we really worked on, all of us together. And then all the light came through and kind of knocked that out, as well as the heart. And I did see kind of, these chains that were just weighing Rory down. And, I could see him kind of pulling forward and trying to move, but the chains were just kind of pulling him back. So, we removed the chains, the negative messages had gone and filled his brain with more light, his heart with more light, and just cleared out the cobwebs. And then his whole, body and aura started glowing a brighter color. It was a little more dense, and this is a brighter golden color that I saw.
That's so beautiful. It's definitely I fit the description that he's going through. Go ahead, Jane.
Yes, and this is also a little confirmation for you as well, Jennifer, the first message you conveyed for Rory, because when I offered this blessing, I focused on the message center, the heart and message center. And what I saw was pretty much the same as the first time I connected with Rory. And that is, everyone has a Buddha seed inside in their heart. But his Buddha, your Buddhahood in your heart is actually growing. You're becoming more aware, but you are budging, right? But the message for you is to open your heart for Buddha and for the stillness inside, which is the meditation Jennifer also told you. This will benefit you a lot. You do have a saint and mystic, not quite mystic, but saint residing in your soul that is waiting to emerge again. You have done a lot of good in your past lifetimes. And now you're building up still your business. And when you have reached a certain plateau, you will step back and do other things that is more pressing for you. But you can still start your spiritual journey right here, right now. And this was really beautiful because your Buddha nature was glowing, really glowing. It has all the qualities of the delicate pink, glowing white, and yellow golden. So your soul is awakening again, not so dormant, and forgiveness is very important. Not that you have so much to forgive, because you are a jolly guy, but to center yourself, and you know this already, I've told you so many times, so yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
You got it, Rory. Thanks, Jane. Linnea?
They covered much of what I also was seeing. And I could feel the softening of his heart and the expansion of his heart. And that's really what I have to add, because they've covered everything. So thank you and congratulations. Thank you.
Beautiful. Rory, if you're stuck, maybe the next move is to connect with the dragon and get activated by the dragon team. We do offer dragon activations for viewers who are not familiar what that is. You're seeing the dragon clans here. So it's truly helped to empower you, uplift you, and transform you as well. So I know we're running a little late. We're at the hour. And if you enjoy our show, please support us and buy me a cup of coffee. I know Jung is going to put that link up. There it is. Buy us a cup of coffee so that we can bring you more program to just have an upliftment and joy. And if you like to have, a topic that you want us to discuss or bring about, please make it, put it in the comments, and we're more than happy to bring it and share with everyone. So until next week, we so grateful to have everyone, our viewers, join us back. I know it's been a while since we connected again, and the Up in the Night show is starting in about 15 minutes. So don't go anywhere. The men will be coming and they will be sharing all kind of topics that keeps you up in the night. So until next week, we love you, we honor you, and appreciate you. And thank you to all of the veterans and their family and their children. We're sending love and light to all of them as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love my beautiful ladies. Bye, everyone. Love you.